Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. Shannon Briggs, known for his formidable punching. Deontay Wilder, bronze bomber, only 216 pounds, but one of the biggest hitters in heavyweight history.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Brooklyn, New York, the heavyweight champion of the world, Shannon the Cannon Briggs. Fighting out of the blue corner, an Olympic bronze medalist from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a hard-hitting, sensational knockout artist, and a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
Which fans are going to be happy? Which fans are going to be sad? I don't know, but it's the argument I love.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. And we're underway in round 1. Nice counter shot. He blocks that jab. His stamina is off the charts. What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a oh, right there. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some, and down goes Wilder.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you continue.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's time for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Punch, counter punch. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Talk about Wilder in that. And there's the bell to start round 2. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Ronda Rousey once told me when she gets into a fight, her mentality was minimum effort, maximum efficiency.
Sluggers just want to mow you down. They want to walk straight through you as though you do not exist. You've got to be fit for this one.
Throws the jab, but does not score. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
Sluggers will hit anything and everything. Your head, your ear, your elbow, your rib, your belly button. They are an absolute terror.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to have heard.
Switch on.
There's the bell to start round 3. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Good counter punching. He misses with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. Caution being thrown to the wind. You'd like to see more jabs. He threw a punch and just got countered. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Beautiful counter punch. Counter punching. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. We know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, make it look so.
Switch back on. Get focused.
On to the 4th we go. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Swing and a miss with that jab. He blocks the jab. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Which fighter will say no mas? He blocks that jab. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight, fire with fight. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Missing with that jab. And he scores with the counter. And Deontay Wilder just got clipped. The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Todd, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up on the stool again? That was a shot.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Final 10 seconds here, and I think he knows who's won this round. Talk about Wilder.
Switched off. What are you doing?
This is the beginning of round 6. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved, do you?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just...
Whoa, Johnny! Oh, Wilder just got clipped and he's in a world of trouble. I don't know if I... So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Swing and a miss with that jab. Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder. There's the bell to start round 7. Last round was a disaster. What can they do here to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Nice defense on that hook. They're headhunting right now, and it's not paying off. A perfect counter shot. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. I promise you.
What are you doing?
And we enter the 8th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Does well to block that left jab. Catch and shoot. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. The straight right just misses. He parries that left jab away. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The three judges agree, and we've got a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.
I'm Todd Grisham. Welcome to the one and only Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is...
Carl, the Cobra Froch, one of the greatest. It's the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, a two-weight world champion at both super middleweight and light heavyweight.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
They'll be fighting under the lights tonight. What a unique environment as we get set for this high-energy showdown.
The fans are getting desperate. They want to get involved in this fight. And now the action's about to begin.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be 2 that we're talking about. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. The right hook is scoring. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This is a high-octane battle. Lots of hype as they will fight into the night. We're outdoors for this big main event.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited, waiting for this. How have they prepared for this, these fighters? This is going to be so hard, but so different.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. They both want the knockout. Both men step back for just a moment. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Froch in that last round.
You've done all your work all the way through.
Here we go for round 2. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Maybe I'm crazy, Johnny, but this slugger's game plan appears to be hit me in the face as many times as you want, and right when you get tired of it, I'm going to catch you with a counter and knock you out.
Tactics out of the window. These guys just want to brawl.
That counter punch caught him clean. Just misses with that jab. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
That counter punch caught him clean. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about watching that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be.
Come on.
Let's get it started in round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. Looking to land the hook. And that hook misses. Which fighter will say no mas? We wanted action, and they are delivering. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Missed him with that uppercut. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about watching that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice defense with that jab. Not a lot of defense here at all. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? Punch, counter punch. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about watching that last round. At this point, you got to be... On to the 5th we go. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. That big hook doesn't land. Carrying away the right hook. Well done with that counter shot. No rest for the weary. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about watching that last round. The game. There's the bell for round 6. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
The jab misses. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tear. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about watching that last round. From this moment forward, he
switch back on. Get focused.
And there's the bell for round 7. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Nice exchange here from both men. This fight fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Just missing with the right uppercut. They both want a highlight reel knockout. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about watching that last round.
Starting to make mistakes and switching.
And we enter the 8th round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
That cross scored. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter punch caught him clean. Can't score with that hook again. The straight right just misses. That jab doesn't score. You'd like to see more jabs. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game plan. What a result.